my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! I'm such a good girl. Today I woke up early to film. So after this I have to go to work, but I made sure that I woke up early and hopefully I'll film a little bit of long videos, actually just one, and a few shorts hopefully if I don't speak too much like I'm doing right now. Today I have another haul for you where I have some old perfumes and some new ones. Actually all of them are new. Actually, you know what, let me not over explain and let me just start with the first one, which will be a little bit like confusing for you guys because the name is old, the bottle is old, but the perfume is new. And this is by Khadlaj. This is from their Maison collection and this is called L'Imaginaire. Now, if you remember, this was released about 2 to 3 years ago, 2 years ago if I'm not mistaken. And I never received this from them, neither did I get it because Bushra specifically told me that they're discontinuing this one because it had some kind of plasticky smell. Now, I'm not sure what that smell was because I never lay my nose on it. But apparently they had received a few complaints and they withdrew the entire batch and they have re-released this one with a brand new scent in it, and I will share what it smells like with you. First of all, the packaging of this batch of Khadlaj perfumes, like it was 2 years ago if I'm not mistaken, these were like top tier. The Maison collection, the Khadlaj 25, there was the other one, the Empire collection, the Empire Victor. You know, those bottles were really classy, but this one by far was my favorite. So it opens that way. It has a little history, a little story about the perfume, and this is the bottle, and that's the bottle. I think it's stunning. Look how pretty it is. So I wasn't sure what perfume this would smell like, and the moment I sprayed it I was like, no, they did not. It is Gris Charnel Extrait, the extrait version, the newer one, which is a little sweeter, a little smokier, and don't we all know how much I love the Gris Charnel? So remember the Liam Grey by Latafa? That's like over. So I used it like crazy, Ali used it like crazy, and I am planning to buy that one. But if you guys remember, please tell me which other brand had something similar to Gris Charnel and the OG, not the extrait, and I'll get that and I'll try that instead of the Liam Grey so that I have a variety for you guys. I know a lot of you suggested it already and I've completely forgotten about it. This, however, is the same DNA, but you know how fresh and light it was, the original? This one is smokier, it is sweeter. You feel like this is definitely an extrait version. Let me give you the notes for this first. The opening is fig, cardamom and black tea, which was in the OG as well. In the heart they have iris and bourbon vetiver, and in the base they have sandalwood and tonka bean. Ooh, before I forget, the production date on this is November 2024. But wherever you buy it from, please ask them, is this the new formulation? That if it's not, I will return it, kind of a thing, right? So what this has is the OG Gris Charnel DNA. It opens with your cardamom, with your fig and black tea, a very oriental thing with that sandalwood as well. Tad bit spicier in the opening itself. You have a little bit more sweetness towards the end, but the biggest difference is that it has these dark creamy woods in the base. I don't know how to explain. It's very sophisticated. Already Gris Charnel DNA is very sophisticated. I think it's one of the best DNAs out there. So the OG opening, which everybody loves, I am just going to assume in my head that everybody loves this perfume. So the opening actually has the same notes, but it just gets a little bit spicier. In the middle they have iris and bourbon vetiver, which adds a little bit of earthiness, but a little bit of this powdery earthiness, if it makes any sense to you. Now the base, however, with the tonka and sandalwood, this is the part that I'm saying it gets very creamy. It gets like seductive, mysterious, and the intensity just gets deeper. It is dark, it's classy, it's warm. I love it. This is a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10. I think for me, anything that smells even remotely like Gris Charnel will be a 10 out of 10. Okay guys, it's just me. But this one, I love it a little bit more because of the darker, deeper base. That's very much Simin. It's me, you know, it's like I like things which smell dark, mysterious, It has that deep allure, you know. And you know, funny enough that I've been wearing it like even in summer, which I should not, because it'll definitely little bit claw people. This is most suitable for fall winter. It's a unisex perfume, Middle Eastern vibe, none of it. I would say this is leaning oriental. The projection is like, let's say it'll not project like crazy unless you overspray. Let's give the projection like 2 feet, but the longevity is definitely 8 hours or more. So this guy is going to get over soon as well, because Ali also loves this DNA. I know it's like just probably the most unisex perfume that's acceptable in my household is the Gris Chanel DNA. The celebrity I chose for this is Haley Steinfeld from Sinners. Looking forward to watching that movie, but even just in the trailer, the way she was and everything, I was like, this is so her. The color perception for this is a Feldgrau. I don't know what language that is. I think it's German, and I think it has a negative connotation to it. So I'm just going to call this a grey green. It gives me this most beautiful, vibrant grey green, not the dull one, yeah? So maybe not Feldgrau. The temperature for this is slightly warm, and the presence is moderate. Now let me stop yapping about this perfume and move on to the next one. One of my friends here on YouTube told me about this perfume, and I was like, how am I this oblivious, living in the Middle East and still not being aware? The lack of awareness is like shocking. Lamsat Harir Gold. Now if you know me, the OG Lamsat Harir is one of my all-time favorite perfumes. Top 10 for life in Middle Eastern perfumes. It smells partially like C. Armani, but it has this Coca-Cola vibe. I really like that perfume. It's a little jasmine heavy as well. Now, I know a lot of people got hooked to Lamsat Harir because of me. And then I got super excited when one of my friends over here told me that, Simin, did you try the Lamsat Harir Gold? And I was like, what? You know? So I got it, of course, immediately. But there were a lot of like tragedies that happened with this perfume during the delivery. So they sent me a completely different perfume. I had ordered this one and the Lychee Musk. And they sent me the wrong perfume. Instead of this, they sent me something else. And then the return took like more than 8 days. It was crazy. I had to follow up a lot. But anyhow, they sent it to me, and that's all good then for me. So the box is the same. So Lamsat Harir original box was, this was like that red, pinkish red that it had, along with the same details. The bottle is exactly the same. And of course, oh my gosh, the tassel always pisses me off. Okay, it's not going to move. I'll have to take it out. So that's the bottle. It's slightly gradiented. Now, to start with, let me get it out of the way. It smells nothing like the OG version. By the way, it's dirt cheap. This thingy is like so freaking inexpensive in UAE, at least. It's only $15 over here. I bought it for 40 dirhams. That's even less than $15, to be honest with you. And the size is 100 ml. Okay, so it has the berry notes, the blackcurrant, the lemon. What the opening is slightly, it gives you a little bit like, oh, OG, do you remember me, kind of a thing. But this changes so drastically towards the middle and the base. Let me start off with the notes so you can kind of get an idea of what's happening. By the way, this doesn't smell like anything. I don't know, maybe C has a flanker that smells like this and they have kind of like stuck to that line. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't smelled all the C DNA, so I don't know. Top notes are blackcurrant and caviar lemon. Heart notes of orange blossom and osmanthus. And the base notes of patchouli, toffee and cashmere wood. Now, when I initially sprayed this perfume, and this is why I keep reminding myself and everybody else over here that don't judge Middle Eastern perfumes, or any perfumes for that matter, in the first few sprays. Maybe not even the second time where you do a little bit of sprays. That's why I always spray out a bottle, at least 3 sprays, and then leave it and not try it, and then try it again. Now, I had tried this in my office, and of course it was in my room when I tried it, and I was getting this slight smell which was off, which was, I'm assuming, the toffee, but it was clashing with the rest of the fresher notes. Now, it's been a couple of days since then, and I retried it yesterday before making my notes, and it had changed so drastically. So I know for this one, give it a little space. Yeah, when you spray it out, if you're feeling that clashy note is happening for you as well, just spray it out and leave it. Now what has happened is that you can actually smell the fruity florals. So you have your blackcurrant, you have your lemon. To be honest with you, it smells more like a berry combination, not just a blackcurrant or lemon. In the middle, I can definitely smell the orange blossom. very white floral, very velvety smooth, but it has the osmanthus as well, which is giving a little hint of that apricot note. So osmanthus basically adds a little bit of depth as a floral. It gives a little honey apricot kind of vibe with the floral notes, of course, you know. But you know how coffees have their like little chocolate, fruit, you know, the flavor profile. Flowers also have like these notes, have some flavor profiles, let's just call it that. And this one has that little apricot honey kind of vibe. And in the base they have patchouli, toffee and cashmere wood. Definitely very smooth and silky. It's a little bit warm as well. But I wouldn't call this a toffee forward perfume. It's not toffee. It smells more like a slightly honey caramel kind of vibe as opposed to a toffee vibe. So don't go in expecting a toffee perfume in this one. It's definitely thicker than the original. Kind of smells like probably what you would call instead of gold extrait or whatever you might want to call it. I'm glad that they actually kept the packaging and everything. I'll have to redo the notes a little bit because I know I messed up with the notes even yesterday. It's changing, so give it a few days before you start like, you know, making judgments, passing judgments about this perfume. I will give this a 7 out of 10 just because it's not wowing me. There was something about the OG. It's that effervescent thing. It's that bubbly cola vibe. That feeling I get from it, that freshness is unmatched. It's traditionally feminine leaning. I think you can wear this during daytime in any season with no Middle Eastern vibe at all. The projection is like 2 feet, longevity I would say 6 to 7 hours. The celebrity I'm going to choose the Blackpink girl, I forgot her name. The one who was in White Lotus as well. I'll put her picture over here for you guys, but I think she's from Blackpink, right? The color perception for this is a creamy apricot. The temperature is neutral and the presence is mild. Next we have a perfume from Swiss Arabian. This is pretty old, to be honest with you. I just got my hands on it. I was planning on getting it. It just so happened I went for the event and this is what they gave all the women. And I'm so glad they gave me Musk 07 and not 01 because this one was the one I really liked. Yeah? Oh, I just gave away the name. So that's the packaging, and as usual, Swiss Arabian, insane. Their packaging, their presentation is absolutely crazy. So this is the bottle for Musk 07. Very pretty, very simple. I really like the packaging. This is their heritage line if I'm not mistaken. And these are extrait perfumes. So expect it to be very, very musky, floral musky. You know, like think old school musk. This is like probably a kind of musk that in the past I would associate with like grown-ups or a little mature people. It definitely does smell mature. Actually, everything from this heritage line I feel it does smell a little bit mature. It's not youthful at all. The top notes for this are pomegranate and blackcurrant, middle notes of rose and lily of the valley, and the base notes of patchouli and musk. Needless to say, this is a very, very musk dominant perfume, but it does have a very, very heavy lily of the valley. It leans a little soapy as well. The rose surprisingly is not prominent, but it adds a little coldness like rose water. Think of how rose water makes you feel like. This is that kind of rose. So it's adding to that floral freshness in the perfume. Oh, by the way, I just like, you know, sometimes I'm hyper and you can see with my body movements and everything. I completely skip the top notes. Like this is how my brain sometimes works. Like it's just going everywhere else and not the top notes. It's just ignoring it. This actually has the opening of a very clearly present pomegranate. You can smell the pomegranate in the opening and also the blackcurrant. But it kind of like dissipates like quickly, which is why I probably don't focus on that. What I'm focusing on is the rose water, the lily of the valley and the musk. There is the earthy patchouli in it, but it is barely there. It doesn't like disturb you or it doesn't bother you. This is one of the best. Again, like, you know, there are floral musks. There's some of them that irk me like crazy, and there's some which absolutely make me feel like dreamy, like the color white, purity, but like soft petals, like relaxed, zenned out, you know, like no worry in the world, like money is growing on a tree and you're just like chilling out, you know, in a garden or something with the white florals everywhere, and you're wearing a white dress, and so pretty, very fairy tale like as well. This is a very uncomplicated musk. For anybody who loves musks in their perfume, you're gonna absolutely adore it. So you must like musk though. Like if you don't like musk, Like Simin a couple of years ago probably would have been like, what even, you know? But this doesn't have that milky skin-like musk, yeah? This is like that powdery floral musk, so there's a difference, yeah? But if you're somebody who absolutely despises musk, of course you're not going to like this perfume. My rating for this is a 9 out of 10. It's gorgeous. It's very, very beautiful. Feminine, but it's musk, you know? It's a floral musk, like, oh my goodness. Like traditionally it's smelling very, very, very soft feminine, but a guy can pull this off. Especially in the Middle East, men do wear musk perfumes. I think this is all day, all weather. Like you can wear this anytime. It's a very traditional Middle Eastern fragrance as well. Now I know a lot of people won't agree that it has a Middle Eastern vibe, but I'll tell you, this is a Middle Eastern perfume. It's mildly Middle Eastern for sure. It doesn't project like crazy. It stays like in a scent bubble. So let's say 1.5 foot of projection. Longevity, however, it's 8 hours or more. This is going to stay on your skin, on your clothes till you wash it off. And Swiss Arabian quality. Oh, by the way, did I tell you the price for this? This is about like, it's pricey. It's $55 if I'm not mistaken. I'll put the correct price for you. The temperature for this is cool and the presence is moderate. Now next one is a perfume by Latafa and it's a new one and this is for men and this is called Qaed Al Fursan Untamed. Now Qaed Al Fursan has a bad name, let's just call it, because the pineapple one, the black one is a masculine fragrance which I really liked back in the days. It was a Sauvage DNA and a lot of people liked it and I liked it as well, to be honest with you. I loved it as a matter of fact at one point. I think Ali has finished that perfume. I don't see it anywhere on his shelf, or maybe it's hidden somewhere at the back. Anyways, but the white one, the Unlimited, that was the one which that was one of the most, you know, the negative thumbs down. That was the video I got the most thumbs down, you know. Anyways, this one is a brown version. So this is called Qaed Al Fursan Untamed and this is supposed to smell like Versace's Eros Najm, which is discontinued apparently, which was supposed to be a very Middle Eastern Eros DNA. So it has the OG Eros thing. The moment you spray it, you're like, yep, this smells very, very familiar. Now this was again very, very reasonably priced. Over here, it was just about like $15 to $18 for 100 ml. The top notes are nutmeg, cardamom, mandarin and cinnamon. Middle notes of lavender, geranium, cypress, clary sage and caramel. And the base notes of cedarwood, olibanum, vetiver, labdanum and amber. So it's a very aromatic, spicy, woody perfume with some resins in the base. You know, for the price, it's very, very nice. As a matter of fact, you know, even if the price was not this cheap, even if it was like $30, I think it's a very well worth perfume. I can see Ali wearing this. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to wear it or not, but because this is a very, very Middle Eastern DNA, but it doesn't have oud, which is a relief because if this had oud, it would have messed up the perfume. It has all those little ingredients from the Middle East that make a perfume smell royal or rich or expensive. It strangely opens with like a mix of lavender, caramel and spices. The caramel sweetness is there, but that lavender, cold lavender aromatic feeling is there from the get-go. Although it has mandarin on the top, don't expect it to be a burst of citrus freshness or something. The opening also carries like something that is like a hint of aquatic. Now this fresh, aquatic, aromatic, it almost smells like soapy. You know, if you know the lavender soap smell or the geranium soap smell, or actually mix them together, you know how it would smell like? The perfume kind of smells like that, but it settles down with those notes into like a deep woody, balsamic, slightly incensey as well, slightly earthy. It's warm, it's rich, but it's mellow. Like it's not like screaming and shouting for attention. What's weird is that it has that soapy, aquatic, spicy nuances, and then you have like a caramel note which is like a proper contradiction, but it's very, very interesting because it does like make the perfume smell a little richer and smoother. I'm not totally obsessed with it, but I do like it. I mean, it is easy to wear, it has character, and it definitely punches above the price point, you know, so it's fine. It's definitely masculine. I don't see myself wearing this perfume at all. I think this is more fall winter appropriate, but I don't know because it's so mellow. I think you can pull it off like in any weather. The Middle Eastern vibe is mild. The projection is around 2 feet and the longevity is 7 to 8 hours. My rating for this is an 7.5 out of 10. Like, I'm not wowed by it, but I definitely like it. The celebrity I've chosen for this is Jamie Dornan. Don't ask why. I guess because it has that character, deep and dark. I don't know. This is one movie I've seen of his and I've not liked it at all. And you know which movie it is. The color perception for this is a brunette brown. The temperature is warm and the presence is moderate. Now last but not the least is another masculine fragrance. This is Hawas Fire by Rasasi. So this was the one they had gifted me when I had gone for that event of Rasasi. So that's a bottle. I got it engraved as well. I shouldn't have done that because this is not a feminine bottle. Anyhow, Ali will probably wear this perfume and it'll remind him of me. To be honest with you, it doesn't smell specifically like anything, but it did remind me of Giza's Imperial Valley. Do you remember that DNA? It does remind me of that. It's very potent, it's very bold, it's very out there, just like the Imperial Valley. If you smell that perfume, you can never forget it. It just gets ingrained in your brain, you know. This retails for about $48 and on Fragrantica it's got 4.1, which is not bad. The top notes are clary sage, middle notes of jasmine and marine notes, and the base notes of ambergris, mineral notes and amber. Guys, I think I'm gonna fall sick again. You know, okay, let me not jinx myself. Let me not go and speak negative. But okay, let me just finish this thing what I'm trying to say. Every time I get jittery and I speak too fast and I become extremely hyper, I get sick after that. It's like as if I am too happy and my life is like, nope, you're not gonna be this happy. Let be horizontal, go on the bed. You know, it's kind of like that. But I'm not gonna jinx myself. You know what? Like, hopefully, yeah, it's gonna continue. I'm gonna continue being energetic and be like this vibrant. Now, I don't entirely trust these notes because while it is like, yeah, aromatic, aquatic perfume for sure, you can smell that. But it has like more to it. It's not just that. And while like they are saying aquatic notes like ambergris, marine notes, mineral notes as well that add this coolness or little bit like metallic thing to a perfume, and then it has like clary sage and like everything which is seeming to go in a very aquatic aromatic direction. I feel it has like so many more notes to it. For example, the opening is definitely, it starts from amber, although amber is listed at the base. It has a sweetness right from the get-go and it's a very resinous sweetness along with that clary sage, and I can also detect a little bit of black pepper, but not in a sneezy way. It's just a hint of black pepper, but I can smell that black pepper. You know, the spice, it's like it has like this bittery spicy scent which is very distinct to a black pepper. I can also smell like a little bit of oud and leather. See, this is why I'm saying this is like, the notes are not justifying the perfume at all. Now I could be completely wrong, but I do smell like a Middle Eastern leather and oud combination, but in a very subtle way. It's very smooth. It's not like trying to like take over the perfume in any way or form, but for sure it's there in the background. It's like unmistakable. Oud and leather is something you can't hide, you know. Honestly, like in the event I smelled the Hawas pink and I smelled this one and I was like, thank God they gave me this one, and I was like, this is so me. But the more I'm smelling it, I'm like, it's really, it's very aquatic, it's very aromatic aquatic. This is a very bro smell. I mean, not bro, a man smell. Like it feels like a man who's like rich, who has like expensive taste and everything, but you know, he went to the gym and he was wearing this perfume to like overshadow everybody else, like I'm better than you. And then he went in the swimming pool and came out of the pool and now the pool is smelling like him, you know. It's very aquatic, but again it has that background of leather and oud which is making it smell very beautiful. And by the way, you know why I can't wear this? Because of that ambergris, mineral and marine notes. It's very it's going in a very masculine direction. I can see women still wearing this because this is classified as a, no, it says for him. I was going to say it's classified as unisex and it has big bold for him written on it. Anyhow, I know some women would like to wear this just like the Giza Imperial Valley. This is less masculine, by the way, than the Giza Imperial Valley. But I would classify this as a masculine fragrance. And I think this is best suited for cooler weather. It definitely has a very strong Middle Eastern vibe. Projection 3 to 4 feet, I'm not kidding you. It's a very potent perfume, just like Imperial Valley. Longevity 8 hours for sure. My rating for this is an 8.5 out of 10. I really like it. I really wanted to give it 9, but because I've smelled too many perfumes that smell similar, let's just say I don't appreciate it to be 9 or 10, you know. And because I will not be buying this for myself, I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10. Celebrity, Idris Elba. No, I'm just kidding. So every time I smell a good perfume, I just allocate it to Idris Elba because I think he's very good looking. but it's hella masculine. You know, it's very, very masculine. It's very raw as well. So I think Jason Momoa kind of like suits this vibe. The color perception is a hot red. They chose the right color for this. So the temperature is for sure hot and the presence is bold. Yay! I went through all the perfumes today. So yeah, this is it for today. Oh, by the way, when I went for the event, Swiss Arabian, they had like a lady who was doing the calligraphy, and this is so helpful, like especially when I'm doing my makeup and stuff. Like I know the automated fans are better, but you know when you put the spray, somehow this helps much more. Like it's very target. Okay, stop. I still have lots and lots and lots of perfumes to review for you guys. I have the new Arabian Prestige. It's called the Lutfa range. It has like 3 of them, so I'll review that as well. Those are also quite gorgeous, and by the way, I think one of them does have a similar DNA. But you know, the Arabia, they never directly choose a perfume and they're like, this is how the perfume is gonna smell like. It might be inspired, but it has massive twists. So I'm really looking forward to reviewing those for you. So probably the next filming I'll do is for that. But I do have some other brands as well, some new brands, especially there's this brand called Dumont Paris, which I had done a giveaway for recently. They have like some amazing perfumes. And you know what? I'm late to the party because everybody knows about this brand except for me. I know their Buruj range and the Nitro range is very, very popular, and I had never tried them. So thank you to the brand for sending me all the perfumes, not all of them, but some. I'll review them for you one by one. Yeah, so I do have like loads to go through before I start making the compilations. See, the thing is, like, I am anxious because I want to do the compilations. That's like the fun bit, right? I like to do those. I enjoy it, like selecting those. And then, you know, like there's loads of discussions with you guys as well where you tell me, oh, Simin, I think this should have been on the list or this shouldn't have been on the list. I really like that discussion and everything. So I'm really like hyper and excited, but I want to get all the perfumes out of the way. So when I make the compilations, I know all my perfumes, right? Anyhow, guys, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!